when you watch it back, it's going to see it. Yeah. Let me set it up when I get done.
Driving up there, man.
It's gonna be like 86 today? Shit, crazy.
Right now is where we at, but I was driving up in the car, like, man, it's bacon out here.
Hey, what's today again?
15.
Alright, it's loud.
Yeah.
Shalom, Israel. Let's give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahawah, BaHaSham, Yahawashi, BaHaSham, Qadash.
Double honor to the apostle, GreatMillStone, and shalom to like out there doing his work of faith and labor love and sincerity. The Hebrew Israelites come in week and week out, prophesy the downfall and destruction of America, and proclaim throughout the four corners of the earth that us so-called Black, Hispanics, Native Americans are the true children of the Most High, being the Israelites, and that the so-called white man who this currently world worships is the devil that the Bible speaks of, and his time is now, man. His end is near. All right, so if you got something, just anything in the spirit, we just let it rock.
This is Second Edges, chapter 16, verses 68. It says, "For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you, and feed you, being idle, with things offered unto idols."
Right, and what? A wrath is being kindled over amongst our people, man. You know, people can't see the destruction that's coming into this place because all they worried about is they're blocking where they live at, you know? But it's much more going on than your little life, man. This whole picture of this earth is much more bigger than just you, even of ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We not out here we out here to help the potentially save our souls, but it's bigger than us, man. You gotta be willing to look into things that's not just for your benefit, man. You know what I'm saying? And look at things above that, man. In fact, real quick, give me what's that? Colossians, I believe it's like 3 and 2, something like that. Or you can start from the top, you know, and just bounce back to that scripture or whatever. Because it's much more than what you see. You gotta be able to look beyond that, man. Our people is too carnal to the point where they don't truly know what having spirituality is, man. They think that spirituality is whatever your mind makes up. That spirituality. No, spirituality is dealing with the Most High. It's the spirit, man. You know, the spirit. That's what it's all about.
So this is Colossians chapter 3, verse 1. "If ye then be risen with Hamashiach, seek those things which are above, where Hamashiach sitteth on the right hand of the Most High. Set your affection on things above, not on things on the earth."
Right, and that's the point, man. If you set your affections on things above, then you could be able to see circumspectly. I mean, that Ephesians 5 and 15. You could be able to see things circumspectly all around what's going on around you, man. You know what I'm saying? People think that things that may be going on in Africa and China and Russia and all these other places don't got nothing to do with you, man. But it has everything to do with you, man. Everything that America's because you live in this country and they're diplomatic doing stuff with other nations. That affects, man. Maybe not immediately us so-called Black Hispanics and Native Americans because we already on the bottom, but on the overall aspect of things, it affects our lives, man. You know, what policies is being written? You know, how much more poverty we gonna be in? What's the next building they gonna tear down in your neighborhood? You know what I'm saying? When they implement this chip, the mark of the beast, the RFID chip, man, how is that gonna affect your lives? You know, when they start bringing in the troops from all over because they proclaiming a false flag like China did this or Russia did that, how is that gonna affect your life? You gotta think about these things, man, and see above with surface level, man. You know.
So Ephesians chapter 5 verse 15 says, "See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil."
Right. So you gotta walk circumspectly, redeeming the times. You know what? Considering the time. You know, redeem literally means to buy back. So which way can you possibly buy back time? You can't literally go back in time to get that time back. But what you considering the times that are at hand, man. You considering how you lived, you know, before, and now you want to straight up your ways because you see what's right in front of you, man. You know what I'm saying? So read that one more time.
Yep. It says, "See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil."
Right? Because the days are evil. Right? And you can jump to Second Ezra, 14. Start. You ain't got to get directly to the point. We start around with as you start first talking about the world coming to an end, like the 12 parts and all of that. Start around there. I'm saying because what the times that's ahead of us, or the times and the things that are to come, it's not going to be nothing nice. It's not going to be nothing pretty, man. America is not in the process of beautifying itself. America is not in the process of getting better in no way, shape, form, or fashion, man. Things are only going to get worse here, man. Look at your lives on a daily basis. Don't shit get worse? Now your local pastor preacher been saying, "Oh yeah, don't worry, it's gonna get better. The Lord gonna look out." Okay, the Lord looks us out with our little daily blessings and things like that. Tell you that in Psalm 68 and 19. Blessed be the Lord who loadeth us daily with benefits. So the Lord look us out on a daily basis, you know, to get through and things like that. But on the overall spectrum, ain't shit getting better here, man. Why is niggas still getting gunned down like it ain't nothing? You got a few protests and stuff going on over a few killings of young jakes that's been happening by police. And then I was just looking, was just yesterday or the day before yesterday, a woman's pregnant, right? And I guess she had like her boyfriend or whatever with her. You know what I'm saying? And she had her little daughter, like a little 4-year-old daughter with her. And the 4-year-old daughter took something out the store and the woman didn't know, right? So these fucking cops followed her out of, I think it was Family Dollar, one of the places, followed her out of a local store and drove and followed her to her complex, which is like a couple blocks away. Followed her and then got out and pointed a gun at her while she's pregnant and all that, and got the little child in her hand. No, the girl couldn't even walk. My bad, the girl couldn't even walk. While she got the child in her hand, telling her to put her hands up, she's saying, "I can't put my hands up. I got my baby in my hand." Wow. Then they get out the car. They still saying, "Put her hands up and put the baby down." Like, yo, she can't walk. What are you talking about? He's saying if you move the wrong way, I'm put one in you, and all some other shit, man. So how is shit getting better out here, man? How is stuff getting better out here? You can't tell. Things is only getting worse, man. You would think we back in hardcore slavery. Ain't nothing getting worse. People out here, man. Ain't nothing getting better overall in America, man.
So this is Second Ed 4:6. Words shalt thou declare, and these shalt thou hide. And now I say unto thee, that thou lay out in thy heart the signs that I have showed, and the dreams that thou hast seen, and the interpretations which thou hast heard. For thou shalt be taken away from all, and from henceforth thou shalt remain with thy son, and with such as be like thee, until the times be ended. For the world hath lost his youth, and the times begin to wax old.
Right, so the world has lost its youth. Now, you got scientists and stuff that'll wind up telling you the world is a billion some odd years old, with no actual data to back this shit up. It's just a hypothesis, a so-called educated guess, man. which is really bullshit because they don't want you to know the truth of how old the world actually is, man. It's not as though that they make it seem to be, man.
It says, for the world is divided into 12 parts.
12 parts, man. 12 parts, meaning what? A period of 12,000 years, okay? And now we entering into that new age, you know, which the Mayans, you know, our brothers was talking about. The new age goes into 13,000 years or whatever, going into our rulership, because 13 represents rulership. So now we're entering into that time, man. You know, okay?
And the 10 parts of it are gone already. And half of a 10th part. It remaineth that which is after the half of the 10th part.
Right, so it was talking the 10th part and a half part. You would think that it was saying meaning a 10 and a half or 10,500. But no, it's actually 9,500 because the time of Ezra was approximately 500 years before the birth of the Lord. So that shows you that's a period of 9,500 years, how old the earth was at that current time. Now we hit 2,500 years later, coming into the end of this world, the end of Esau's rulership, man. To enter our time, the new age, man. The new rulership, man.
It says, now therefore, set thine house in order and reprove thy people.
And that's what we're doing. That's the whole purpose of us being out here. To sigh and cry for all the abominations that we done in the midst thereof, man. And then tell our people to get right, to identify with them who we are as a people, to know that you're much more than what the so-called white man tells you, because all they feed you is lies and bullshit, make you feel like you was just a damn monkey swinging from branches in Africa, man. When our history was great, man. And they was the ones that was seeking unto us, and no one wanted to be around them damn bastards, man. Low among the heathen, as the scriptures call them. Go ahead.
It says, comfort such as of them, comfort such of them as be in trouble, and now renounce corruption. Let go from the mortal thoughts, cast away the burdens of men. Put off now the weak nature, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee.
Right, set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee. Now we know we got common stuff that we deal with every day. It's going to be burdensome on us, but overall, that's not supposed to hinder our mission at hand. And in the back of our mind, you know, really at the forefront of our mind, might I say, we should always know what the mission is, you know what I'm saying, who we are, and to never let that go. Because the minute that you let that go, you're completely lost, man. Look at our people struggling with all these different so-called religions, man. All these different belief systems. Why? Because they don't stick with the script and keep that in full mind, like, who am I? Who am I? Ask that question, who am I? You know what I'm saying? But go ahead.
It says, put off now the weak nature, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times.
Right. Haste for these times to be over. Because like I said, nothing is getting better, and it's not going to get better. Why would you want to continue to live in a society that's not for your benefit, man? You know? That's like, why would you want to go hang around a bunch of people that really don't fuck with you? You know what I'm saying? It's the same damn thing, man. They show you they don't want us to be around them. So why would you want to continue to cleave unto their society? Why do you continue to look up to their awards? Why do you continue to look for their validation, man? When all we need is the validation of the Lord, man. That's all that matters. Yeah?
Quick piece up. Jeremiah chapter 15, verse 5. For who shall have pity upon thee, O Jerusalem? Or who shall bemoan thee? Or who shall go aside to ask how thou doest?
Right. Who is doing that, man? Who is doing that? Ain't nobody giving a damn. Obama, the so-called African-American president, which actually uses a hand mic, did he do anything for our people? No, not at all. But yet, while he was in office, they were still giving billions of dollars to the so-called Jews and the other nations, the other countries for their bullshit, man. You know? The scriptures say in Lamentations 4:17. Got it? Yeah, bring it out.
Lamentations 4:17. As for us, our eyes as yet failed for our vain help. In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us.
Exactly. Put on your bifocals. Look as hard as you want to. America ain't saving your black ass, your Hispanic ass, your Native American ass, man. Period, man. You watching for nothing. You know, like I remember you saying all the time, like, you know what I'm saying, like how your family, you'll go over there, whatever. You know what I'm saying? They be talking about Obama.
Yeah.
Afterwards, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, like they started to see all of that. Man.
Yeah, another thing too, when Obama was president, they were being killed by the police, man.
Exactly.
That was through the whole this damn near term, man.
Yeah, that's when it started. That show you that's a mockery, man.
Hey, Obama didn't even do nothing for Flint, Michigan, man, because it's still lead in the water, man.
Obama didn't even do nothing for his own friend. Who was that guy, Gates? He was a prominent man or something in the community, and the cops harassed him for for trying to get into his own house. And Obama was like, yo, they did a bad job, and he was forced to actually apologize to the officer, man. So he couldn't even stick up for his own friends, man.
This is, I don't know if I brought it out. This is Micah chapter 2 verse 10. It says, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. Because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction.
Exactly. So you're not supposed to be in a lackadaisical spirit here in America, man. You do what you gotta do, you know, your everyday life to get by. Okay, nobody's saying you can have your little good times here and there, but overall your mind supposed to be focused on the mission, man. And that's uplifting yourself mentally, you know, out of the oppression of the so-called white man, man. Scripture just read what this is not our rest. We're supposed to flee from this place mentally, man. The more you stay trapped in this goddamn matrix, the harder it is for you to get the hell out, man. The more you accept the standards and terms of this society, the more you don't want to leave, man.
Right.
You know? That's...
No, I was gonna say that's just the spirit, because you know, just earlier this afternoon, I was speaking to somebody about how you got our people that want to just be employees here.
Yeah.
You know, they don't want to take over the world. Man. They don't look to rule. Well, the spirit and power of Yahawah through His word, through Qadash, which is the Holy Spirit. The Lord gave us a ruling class mentality, man. You know, you don't want to settle for the chips and crumbs here, man. You know, I was born amongst Esau here in Rutgers North, and you know, the college type of environment that has a certain I was around an environment, got stores over there and things like that. I was getting a little food salad, whatever. And the environment alone, it carries a certain spirit. You know, you got all these people coming into these college students coming into these stores, and they all like they're in a different world, but they're in the middle of Newark. They're in the middle of the heart of Newark, you know, downtown Newark, man. Where people get killed. A lot of niggas get killed downtown Newark. But to them, they're in their own world, man. And I was like, look at this shit, man. You know? It's like this, that spirit, man.
Yeah, like how you were just saying about employees, right? Somebody put this up. They said, now you can apply this to many different ways, right? But it says, the quote says, use your job to finance your goals. Don't be an employee forever. Wow. So you can just apply this mindset to your everyday life, man. You know what I'm saying? What the scriptures say, what? Use in this world, don't abuse the world, right? So what? We're using what we have to finance our goals, which is to get us to the kingdom ultimately, right? That's all we're doing, man. We gotta pay Esau's taxes. We gotta live according to his laws, his society, his system, just to get by. You know, to nourish our minds mentally with the word of the Lord, so that we can attain the kingdom, man. Lord willing, man. So that's what it's all about. Not wanting to be tied down in that laborsome mentality, like, yo, there's nothing else I can do. It's just it. You know, hey, the white man got everything, man. We ain't never go. Man, we do so much more better than only if you knew and you could apply your mind, man. But you got it out.
Yeah, no, just quick preset for you. 1 Corinthians chapter 7. I start at 29. It says, but this I say, brethren, the time is short. It remaineth that both they that had wives be as though they had none, and they that weep as though they weep not, and they that rejoice as though they rejoice not, and they that buy as though they possess not, and they that use this world as not abusing it, for the fashion of this world has away. You know, that's the brother getting into, man. It's the mind frame. You may use certain, you know, motivating type ways of making some money, but you don't want to have the spirit and the mindset of just being a slave, man. You know, scriptures say, what is Jacob? A homeborn slave?
Oh, I got it right here.
Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 14. Is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave? Why is he spoiled?
Why is Jacob spoiled? All right? Our people, look at it, man. Look at our people, man. I say this shit every day, man. When I'm driving, I say this shit on my CJ, man. The condition, I'm looking at the buildings, the I'm like, man. Back up with the East. It's a different world. You know, I see over on Springfield Avenue, or yeah, keep going up. You know, even on what's that, Clinton Avenue. You look at these homes, they old as hell, man. Back in the early 80s, you know, back in the 70s, like they never thought to remodel the damn house, man. So when you ride across these places here in Newark, these are old fucking buildings, man. Looking corroded. And now you see Jake standing right in front of the building, man. You know, our people, you don't, hey, these niggas don't know what they look like, man. And nor do they care, man.
I got to tell brothers, as soon as I pulled up, you got some women standing by the brothers' cars or whatever, just looking mad crazy, pants halfway down, you see a panty showing, all type of shit. Now she right over, sitting over there in the grass eating some damn food off the ground, man. Not literally eating the food off the ground, but she's sitting on the ground eating some food. I guess somebody gave her some shit or something, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Our people fucked up out here, man. You know? This ain't how the Most High meant us to be, man. You know?
Jeremiah chapter 6, verse 16. Thus saith the Lord, stand ye in the ways and seek, and ask for the old path. Where is the good way? And walk therein, and ye shall find rest for your souls. But they said, we will not walk therein.
Exactly. So, hey, what we're supposed to seek and ask for the old path. You wanna get up off your ass and truly be great at something, be great for the Most High. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way possible, period, man. Because if you go any other way, you're going to be still stuck in the matrix, man, period, man. Going in fucking la-la land. It's only so much you can do within the society. I'm talking about that before, like yo, you go around the world, do the same shit all day, the shit gets boring, man. It's tiresome. There's only so much you can do, man. You know? So, the best pleasure that you can actually have is within the Most High. And I know it's something that, you know, just talk about the scriptures and different things or whatever, but the personal knowledge thing, it never gets boring, man. That's one thing that never gets boring, unlike going to a little lounge or something, or hanging out here, man. That shit get ass after a while, man. Just going over these scriptures, it truly gives you life. You don't get tired of it, man. You know?
One thing we always learn. Yeah. Word is always something to learn, man. A lot of got that shit.
Yeah.
Live streaming while he riding
the motorcycle.
Motorbike, man.
Exactly. See, that's the matrix shit right there, man. You're doing all that shit for social media, and then you get into a fucking accident, or your fucking neck gets took the fuck off. Then what, man? Stupid shit, man. For what? For what?
And everybody on Facebook, you know what I'm saying, posting them up, wishing them blessings and shit.
Talking about take his fucking body out of this world, man. Take his spirit out of this world. Excuse me. I got a precept. This is Isaiah chapter 1 and 12. It says, when ye come to appear before me, who have required this at your hand to tread my courts? Bring no more vain oblations, incense, and abominations unto me. Your new moons and Sabbath, the calling of assemblies, I cannot away with. It is iniquity, even the Solomon meetings. You know, because even when it comes down, Jake loved to party, man. Jake loved to worship these pagan holidays, man. You know, everything that Jake do, you know, they want to put, you know, before they eat, they put Jesus, you know, before their prayers and food, they thankful that they able to come together. The Most High ain't smelling your Solomon assemblies, man. He's not with you when you feast. The Most High is not what you call it, that's smelling that sweet savior, man. You know, you're not bringing sacrifice to the Most High, man. So it says, your new moons and your appointed feasts, my soul hateth. They are troubled unto me. I am weary to bear them. And when ye tread forth your hands, I will hide my eyes from you. Yea, when ye make many prayers, I will not hear. Your hands are full of blood. Wash you and make you clean. Put away the evil of your doings from before my eyes. Cease to do evil. And Jake is up to do evil.
Got some real quick for what you were saying about the scriptures never get boring. This is John chapter 7, verse 37.
That's right.
In the last day, that great day of the feast, Yahawashi stood and cried, saying, if any man thirst, let him come unto me and drink. He that believeth on me, as the scripture hath said, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water. So hey, that's that living water, man. You know, it's never stagnant. You know, it never stays still. It's always constantly, going on, man. It's constantly flowing, man. All right, and also when you got water like that, that represents life, man. You know, you can take the same scripture, break it down a million ways, man. It's like unlimited, man. Okay, that same old scripture, somebody else could break it down in a different way, man. You know, so these scriptures never get boring, and this is just the beginning, man. All right, how much more when we actually start to receive that power? You know, coming to the kingdom, all right, putting you other nations into subjection, all right, doing unto you as you have done unto us, twofold. This is just the very beginning of us starting to rule, man. So we ain't gonna never get bored, man. You know, how many basketball games can you go to, man? That's why when you see Jay-Z and Beyonce be looking bored as fuck, man. You know, I've been here a billion times, man. You know, how much can you do that shit, man? But in the kingdom, it's never gonna be boring, man. It's gonna be every single day is gonna be beautiful, man.
Hey, you won't have no idle time. Hey, you make your time would be always pleasant. You know, idle time. You end up doing some bullshit. You know, in this world, the scriptures say it's the mind that's desperately wicked. So as soon as you get some isolated time, right, chasing that nigga on a motorbike. Shit. But anyway, as soon as you get some idle time, Satan wanna fuck with you, man. You know, you get a little flash of something, and next thing you know, your mind is, you're being distracted, man. Yeah, exactly. You know, you always being tempted, Satan tempting you, man, for you to go off. But in the kingdom, man, we're gonna be perfect, man. You know, we're gonna always have work to do. We're gonna be relaxing. You know, we're gonna be chilling. You know, but still, hey, we're gonna be in the right spirit, man. You know,
because in this present world, that's why they got the saying. Matter of fact, they even got the movie called Idle Hands. Y'all ever seen that? Idle Hands. I forget what the dude's name. But it's an Edomite movie and shit. And basically, his hand gets possessed. And his hand just starts doing shit and just taking over and just, while out killing people when he sleep. Like, he just get up. Yeah, it's like when he gets up. You know what I'm saying? It came out in the 90s when he was younger. It's either the late 90s or the early 2000s. Type in that movie, Idle Hands, for me real quick. Idle Hands. It's with a white boy and shit. And his hand gets possessed by something. He winds up killing his friend, killing his parents in his sleep, and he didn't even know it because the hand just possessed him and shit like that.
Yeah.
And they got the saying called "idle hands is devil's plaything." You know what I'm saying? You got. Let me see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. When it came out.
1999.
Yeah, 1999. Yeah. Watch that movie, Idle Hands. You know what I'm saying? Like,
watch
That
that.
reminds me of them little nigglets earlier. They ain't had nothing to do.
last week.
Let's just throw rock. They ain't in the YMCA basketball team. They ain't got shit going on. Probably don't got no video game. So they don't got shit to do but just get in trouble, man.
now what it is, they got a video game, but they don't got no Wi-Fi to play it on. They ain't got the money to pay the subscription for it.
Right, exactly. Because it costs money now to get online.
And then, right, in that movie too, right, for him to try to work on his hand to not kill nobody or do some bullshit, he started trying to just find things to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was fucking crocheting and knitting and shit to keep his hands busy. And so that shows you, like, yo, you got leisure time, you're going to get into some bullshit, man.
Yeah.
That's the way this word is said, because Satan runs this world currently, man. You know? It's easy to get into some bullshit, man. But it's so hard to do what's right. That's why Paul was talking about is the flesh going against the spirit, man.
You know? If it's hard for a man dealing with idle time, it's 10 times more harder for the woman, man. You know?
Impossible.
Yeah, she get idle time. Oh, she's a demon, man. She's everywhere where she ain't supposed to be, man. You know?
Downtrodden wretch.
Yeah.
I got some. Ecclesiastes chapter 10 verses 18 says, by much slothfulness the building decayeth, and through the idleness of the hands the house droppeth through.
That shows you gotta be.
Oh, look at this bitch. Look at this bitch laid out. Same bitch on the floor eating.
Yeah.
She laid out on the ground, man. Look at the curses, man. When the bus leaves, you can just turn it around. Look at shit. I thought she was eating and, waiting for a bus.
Check on her.
Yeah, she's asleep now. Right there. Fuck, that shit crazy. She don't even look like a bummer night.
I'm at home now, waking her up.
He want to be safe for home shit.
This is the stuff. This is the stuff that the prophet seen, man. This is what had them so distraught by looking at our people in this state, man. Word up, and now we actually within this time seeing this shit, man. It's crazy, man. Look at over there.
You got it?
Shit crazy. Crazy. Probably had got that food out of the damn garbage can right there, was eating this shit. You know what I'm saying? And look at it now, man. Jake fucked up out here, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. But,
This is Isaiah chapter 1, back in verse 16 again. I'll read it again. It says, wash you, make you clean, put away the evil of your doings from before my eyes, cease to do evil. Learn to do well, seek judgment, relieve the oppressed, judge the fatherless, plead for the widow. Come now and let us reason together, saith the Lord. Though your sins be as scarlet, they shall be as white as snow. Though they be red like crimson, they shall be as wool. If ye be willing and obedient, ye shall eat the good of the land. And this is, when you look at their woman, this is the curses the Most High put upon our people, man. Look at the condition our people are in, man. This is because we transgressed against the Heavenly Father's laws, man. All right? So this is the punishment. So going back into the point what brother was talking about before, hey, this place is not your rest, man. When Jake, when they get a piece of the pie, they're not looking to help out their people, man. They're looking to save him and his immediate family, him and his children. They're not looking to give back or set up things. I was in the gym, and I was talking to a couple of old heads, and they was complaining about Shaq. They was complaining about certain men that came into some money, and that's from North. And they was like, where these niggas at? One dude was talking about Shaq. He was like, look at North. Why Shaq didn't come and set up some like AAU, some type of sporting events every year with his name on it? And we know that he got the movie theaters right here, because before, when the movies come on, right before the movie, he come in there and tell you to turn your phones off and shit. But he has nothing going on for these children. But then he got his own son, who he's putting this, he's putting this work in to become another him. Playing basketball, he's nice, he's big. But what about the people here? Hey man, this is why we need the Lord, man. Hey, our people are destroyed, man. They're destroyed mentally, spiritually, and physically, man. And you're not even looking to get out of prison, man.
Hey, that's why there's this. Second Peter 3 and 5. For this they willingly are ignorant of, that by the word of the Most High, the heavens were of old, and the earth standing out of the water and in the water.
That's probably dead, they willingly ignorant. That bitch probably dead, man. But she ain't moving, everybody messing with her. She probably gave up the spirit right there in front of us, man.
All over a plate of fat back.
Yeah, they trying to see if she alive. She just laying there stiff, man. Hey, call halal la, Yahawashi, Yahawashi, man. Hey, we're truly in a time of mercy, man. And you got niggas playing the fuck around, man. Talking about some relapsing, man. Man, you never repented, man. Judgment, man. We're in a time of mercy, seeking His truth. The scriptures say it was our minds to go astray. Seek the Lord 10 times more, man. Right now you're supposed to be into the Lord, man. You wait till this shit break up, man. You wait till these people out here confused and discombobulated and, hungry and looking for answers, man. That's judgment, man.
Chapter 14, verse 15 says, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times. For yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter.
So,
greater evils. We're seeing this woman probably drugged out or whatever the case is. You're seeing our people being homosexuals. There's greater evils that's coming. Oh, got it out.
Okay, quick precept on this.
Here, live.
She's fucking vomiting and shit.
She's going up.
Quick precept on it, because this is all Sirach chapter 25 verse 2. It says 3 sorts of men my soul hated. See, so the Lord can hate, man. You know, these are some of the things he actually hates. It says, and I am greatly offended at their life, a poor man that is proud. See, that's the point. She could have been talking shit in her head at us, as if she has any place to be prideful, man. You know, some log out in that damn spirit, man.
Whenever I hear that scripture, man, I'm sorry, I gotta go back to it. When we was back downtown, I used to make my little sandwiches.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? I used to bring them down to camp because at that time, you know, we was going off of the wrong Sabbath. We was going off of the Friday, Saturday at the time. Years ago. So I'll bring down my little bologna and cheese sandwich and shit because I ain't want to cook on the Shabbat. You know what I'm saying? And I offer my shit to this blind dude. You know what I'm saying? And he felt it, touched it. It's like, oh no, I can't eat this. This is one of them jail sandwiches. They gave it back to me. Like, you proud motherfucker.
Wow.
Like, you know what I'm saying? What type of shit is that, man? Like, you got the right to be choosy, man. And you beg them for something, man. Things like that deserve to be dead, man. Straight up, man.
Damn.
It makes no sense how you can be that damn prideful over what you choose to eat, and you blind and you poor.
Hey, look. Now, she woke the hell up, right? And this is her bus. The nigga seen her looking where she is. The bus went right past her, looking right at her. He ain't want to let her on the bus.
I wouldn't want to let her ass on the bus.
Yeah, man.
That's crazy.
I'm mad. This shit crazy. We got it out.
This is second.
That's the same one I didn't say.
Yeah, that's the same one. She was by your over there with pants.
Back in 2nd Ezra chapter 6, chapter 14, verses 17. For look how much the world shall be weaker through age, so much the more shall evils increase upon them that dwell therein.
So what is the Lord telling you? Because people is constantly thinking that things are going to get better. So what did the Lord just tell you right there? See how much more the world is getting old, and see how wickedness will increase. So the proof is right there. You could try to proclaim that it's going to get better based off of what you thinking that you see, but the Lord got other plans, man. The Lord got clear-cut other plans, and that does not involve America getting any better, man, whatsoever. Period, man. It's not happening. So you thinking that you're going to have a great big career if you're young, and you're going to be living in private in America until you're old and seeing your grandkids and all that shit. That shit is bullshit. That shit is dead, man.
Yeah.
We ain't got too much more longer to be in this place. We don't know exactly how long, but we hope that it's swift as possible. Man. So we ain't got to go through this shit, man. Period.
Yeah. It says, for the truth is fled far away, and leasing is hard at hand. For now hasten the vision to come, which thou hast seen. Yeah, this is Jeremiah chapter 51. And I'll start at verse 7. It says, Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her? Take balm for her pain, if so be she may be healed.
But it's so be that she may be healed, but there's nothing that you can do, because the judgment that's brought upon this place is coming directly from the Lord. The Lord calls all the shots. You're always going to have a boss somewhere, period, man. So who calls the overall shots? It's the Lord that calls the overall shots, man. And America's going to receive her judgment. Why? Because she caused all the nations to drink of her wine, man. And predominantly our people, that's what the Lord is mad about at most. That our people have drunken of the wine, you know what I'm saying, from these other nations, man. You know, that's what the Lord's really pissed off, because, you know, our conditions had an end. But, and the Lord set that end, but the nations, they have to forward our affliction, man. You know? Put that up.
It says, put a helmet on have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go, everyone, into his own country. For her judgment reaches unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies. You know, so hey, that's America, man. Okay, America is the most wicked kingdom to ever exist, man. All right, and as the scriptures say, she needs to keep it at home. That's why there's a picture on Google of all of where the American bases are at. All right, and it's damn near everywhere, scattered like roaches, man.
That's right.
You know, everywhere, all across the world, making people to drink of their wrath, man. You know, making the women leave their traditions of letting their hair down. All right, that's why you got hashtag let your hair free from the Arab women. Okay, making homosexuals legal. So now they gonna make vaccines legal, man. And for you to not get it, it's gonna be illegal, man. So now they're gonna pump vaccines all throughout the world, man. So that's why the scriptures say, you know, come upon the world to try them that dwell upon the earth, man. So Jacob's trouble's gonna affect every single person on the earth, man. Pestilence and the plagues and the famine is coming upon every single soul in America, since every soul upon the earth. Since damn near every soul wants to drink from America's wrath, man. Now you're gonna have to receive that punishment from America.
Because dealing with that vaccine, you know, that's breaking news, man. You know, New York, they actually mandate that everyone, even despite your religion, you know, you can no longer get exempt from being vaccinated, man. You know, that's a big hit right there, because we know, us of the hopeful elect, that they're going to force the RFID microchip down your throat, man. All right? There's going to be something that's going to happen where they're going to say it's mandated that everyone receive the mark of the beast, man. The RFID microchip. Now, a quick precept for you, brother. This is Isaiah chapter 32 and 4. It says, the heart also of the rash shall understand knowledge, and the tongue of the stammerers shall be ready to speak plainly. The vile person shall be no more called liberal, nor the churl said to be bountiful. It says, for the vile person will speak villainy, and his heart will work iniquity, to practice hypocrisy, and to utter arrogance against the Lord, to meet the soul of the hungry, and he will the drink of the thirst to fell.
See, so that's talking about the soul who's in power. See, and he said, he makes error the most high, man. There's something wrong, man. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being like a homosexual, okay? And even if you speak against homosexuals, man, all right, now you're gonna get your page taken down, man. All right, or you'll get thrown in jail, man. Matter of fact, it was in school a couple years ago. There was a butch, okay, who she wanted to be called it. Matter of fact, she didn't know what she really was, and all her different coworkers and teachers was calling her ma'am and her, you know, out of so-called spite, man. Right. So guess what, man? Don't you know she received like a $50,000 suing thing, man? You know, she pretty much sued them and received $50,000 for that, man.
Wow.
So that's America saying the Most High made an error with homosexuality, man. Right. And guess what? Everybody is following in suit with it and agreeing with it, man. Yeah. So America gives them TV shows. They even got a damn genre on Netflix, man. Like, I want to see that, man.
Right. Also, with vaccines, making it seem like the Most High made a mistake. Like the fact that you're pushing vaccines to be mandatory, you're making it seem like the Most High made it a mistake with the design of our bodies, as if we don't have a natural immune system for any outside pestilence or diseases or anything like that.
Yeah, that's a good point. Because, you know, you tell the black woman that, you know, she'll lose her mind, man. You know, your child don't need to be vaccinated. You know? So here it is, he made it seem like you can't live in this earth without you being vaccinated. Yeah. You know, and there's plenty of cases where it's proven and shown that vaccine gave children autism, man. Right. You know, and many other different illnesses, man, and mental illness, man. You know, we got a lot of chicks that are normal, but they got mental illness, man. All that stuff comes from being vaccinated. They're vaccinating these children when their brains are not even fully developed, man. When their organs and their bodies are not even fully developed. All right? 2-year-olds, 4-year-olds, man. And that stuff, the chemicals go straight to their brain, man. You know? It just depends on the immune system of that child. And ultimately, it depends on the Lord, man. You know? That's the
another whole reason why they do it. Think about it. The time when your child has the most shots is between the ages of, when they first born to they 5 years old. Because by the time they're 5 years old, that child brain has fully developed. So it's trying to put in them vaccines early to fuck the kid up purposely. And like you said, all them chemicals and them heavy metals go straight to the brain. Straight to the brain. All that stuff goes straight to the brain. You're gonna feel it in your gut, and then that gut is gonna send a signal directly up to the brain, and it's going straight there. And it fucks kids up. And I keep mentioning this, like, you can check out, it's on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? You gotta pay for it, but it's worth it. It's only $10. So brothers, I encourage you to watch it. It's called VAXXED. VAXXED. Told you about the shots and shit. And you got actual, like one of the actual doctors and people up there speaking about the situation. Then you got actual women bringing up the testimonies of their children. This one black lady, she had fraternal twins or whatever, a boy and a girl. Now, when they went in there to go get the shots or whatever, they had 3 shots there for the girl, 3 shots there for the boy. So the boy got his 3 shots, and then she turned her head for 1 second to deal with the daughter, and then turn around, and then it was only 2 shots, and and then the mother like, oh, where the other shots though? She's like, my son already got all his shots. She's like, oh, I'm sorry. And then after that, she was furious at that, and she left and she took, both of the kids and went home. Then the next day, woke up. You know what I'm saying? Now the son is all fucked up. All fucked up.
Damn.
All tested out. But the girl, she's smart as hell. Play the piano, get great grades in college, all of that shit, man.
And the thing is too, see, Esau, that's why, from now on that I noticed, and it just hit me, a few days ago, gotta save these crucial videos that even the mainstream media covers. Because I remember, and I forgot the title of it because it's been a couple of years, but I remember they was doing vaccine shots in Northern, I think on Venezuela or something like that, or I know it was amongst the Zebulon, it was Zebulon, because they were speaking that that Northern tongue. And I remember, I think Elder Apostle Rawchaa did a take on it, and it showed you in the video, all the children in this room, they all took the vaccine, fucked up. They all was shaking, convulsing, doing stuff, crying. They said it was due to vaccines that they took. And then the guy was speaking in Spanish. I remember the time, it was a couple of years ago, I remember Elder Apostle Rawchaa covered it, and I think a brother had interpreted what he said, what he was saying, that vaccines did this to these children. But now they're saying that it's 100% safe. The devil's is liars, man.
And they real quick too, you got because now you got Esau such a damn devil, man, and he thinks deep, man. Now you got this actress, her name is Jessica Biel, and I was watching the news, and they was getting on her ass, man. Why? Because they call her anti-vaxxer, man. Because she opened up her mouth a while back when California passed the law that you don't got no choice, and pretty much she was talking shit about it, and now they throwing her under the bus and they demonizing her for being an anti-vaxxer, man. So she's probably on Instagram receiving a lot of, Twitter receiving a lot of death threats, like, you fucking bitch, you know what I'm saying? You think it's alright to not vaccine your kids? Yeah. So now that she's feeling all this hate, now guess what? Now she went back and forth, reneged, talking about, I never said I was against vaccines. I vaccine my kids, so, to get the heat off her back. And she was saying she just doesn't think it's right that you can't no longer decide what you want to do according to your religion, man.
Hey, you reminded me of what's the guy with the TV show, the health guy, with Dr. Oz? Dr. Oz. Now Dr. Oz, this is dealing with the flu shot. Dr. Oz came out and said he would never get a flu shot.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But here's he on his television show telling you to get the flu shot. Him and his family are not flu shots.
Yeah. Because he's a goddamn insider, but recommend you a bunch of bullshit. And then he even talk about fucking people fasting and doing cleanses, saying it's you don't need to do no more than a 3-day cleanse. Nigga, are you fucking stupid? All this poison people you put in their fucking body, and people be led astray by that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? And if you really think about it, on the grand scheme of things, right? When in history did we ever need fucking vaccines? This is why people are so fucking stupid, man. There was never no vaccine. just talking to a girl earlier. She live in the States, but she from Ecuador and shit. And her daughter is like 4 years old, never been sick. And she got her on an alkaline diet because she eat alkaline. Never been sick, period, man. 4 years. 4 years. So where's the validity? And you need to back these fucking vaccines, man.
This is Ecclesiasticus or Sirach chapter 10 verse 3. An unwise king destroyed his people, but through the prudence of them that are Salutations. An unwise king destroyed his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. You know, it's like I was saying, man, you go into history, all right, which really was, that history is not too far-fetched, man. It's not too far back, man. You know, because Gad, which was here before Esau, Edom, all right, who the world knows as the Caucasian man today, all right, they healed, you know what I'm saying, they have positions, man. The scriptures speak of to honor the position. So with that, I want to skip to Ecclesiasticus chapter 10, verse 6. It says, bear not hatred to thy neighbor for every wrong, and do nothing by injurious practices. Okay, that word injurious is injurious. It says causing or likely to cause damage or harm. You know, so vaccines cause harm, man. It cause damage. And drugs cause damage. You got what they call, you know, the drugs are mixed with chemicals, man. They put it into a pot and they stir that pot up with their machines. It's chemicals, man. It's witchcraft, man. Right. You know? And then they tell you in the small fine print they used to, or they used to have the guy speed talk about the side effects. You know, when the Lord gave us herbs. Yeah.
Side effects are bleed from the eyes. Abdominal rupture.
Yeah, you know? But the Lord gave us medicine in the earth, which are the herbs, man. Yeah. And he gave you physicians, man. You know, men that
they consider it an autoimmune disease, and I think it was within a year. I'm trying to look for her, I can't find it. It was like within a year, she got rid of her lupus. Wow. Natural diet, herbs and shit, man. You can't do that with no fucking vaccines and none of that shit, man. Come on, man.
Yeah, not Esau, because you know you're gonna have to. If basically you come out and tell them how you did it, now it's like, oh, it's not validated. You know what I'm saying? Or with the physicians, they kill off a lot of the physicians, man. So the word synonyms for the word injurious is harmful, damaging, deleterious, detrimental, hurtful, dangerous, disadvantageous, unfavorable, undesirable, adverse, inimical, unhealthy, unwholesome, environmentally unfriendly. Because once these drugs destroy your temple, you're undesirable. Nobody wants to deal with you, man. Nobody wants to, you know, sacrifice their life to take care of you for the rest of their life. You know, that's what happens with, you know, your parents, man. You know, your grandfolks, they get to a certain age, you know, them drugs start to fuck them up. You know, them drugs mess up their mind and things. They shut them on, bro. You know, the drugs start to mess their minds up and they become a clone, man. And then what? You know, they be unbearable, they doing stuff. They not the same person no more. They done probably caught a stroke. And now they send them to a nursing home and they'll let these nurses go back and forth and treat them. You know, your own family member in the nursing home, you know, your own mother, man, your father, man, in the nursing home. You won't want to go up there and see them too much because you got too much going on. Then you know that they ain't really the same person that you met, so it's like a waste of time. Then it depends on how emotional you are. You hate to see your relative like that, so you don't really want to be in that type of spirit. So now they just left out there, man. You know, Esau done messed them up with them drugs, man. But you got a lot of women doing CNN. What is it, CNN? And they wipe asses. They deal with some of the crazy old folks. But it's all to the medicine that got them like that, man. You know?
Yeah, man, that's the very definition of hell, man. Because we look into the Donovan, it says an unredeemed man, you know? So when you're in that condition, you basically unredeemed, man. You just waiting to die, man. Like, you know, all your conversations might be about, you know, when I go, you know. So you in hell, man.
Yeah, I'm going to finish this with Isaiah chapter 32 and 6. Y'all brothers got heart. It's that person will speak villainly and his heart will work to pass. It says to practice hypocrisy and to utter error against the Lord, to make empty the soul of the hungry, and he will cause the drink of the thirsty to fail. The instruments also of the troll are evil. He deviseth wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words, even when the needy speaketh right.
Everything that they say out of their mouth is a goddamn lie. And it's instruments of cruelty, man, that they use against us, man. Every method that they have is considered an instrument of cruelty, man. This shit is worse than fucking you putting a damn curse on somebody with some damn voodoo or blood and all that other shit, man. Because they kill you with a slow ass death and you don't even recognize it, man.
And if Jake come up with something, they're going to use that as an instrument of cruelty, man. Like you were speaking, that music is witchcraft, man. So these niggas out here that don't have covering with the power of the Lord, the spirit of the Lord, man, that music get them zoned out, especially if they got the other instrument, which is the devices with drugs into their system, you know, and they're listening to that music zoned out, and that music is straight up drug music, man. It's witchcraft in your car. You literally voluntarily putting witchcraft in your car by listening to that shit if you ain't in the right spirit, man. Yeah. You know, that drives people wild. Some people can't live without music, man. Some of these niggas can't cope with themselves with reality if they can't listen to some music, man. If I niggas up and down the street, yo, motherfucker, I don't give a fuck, nigga, what? Like you like, yo, you're not about to be a rapper. If niggas don't care. They don't care where they at. They don't care who look at them and shit. He just be loud, yo, I'm saying got the trap and the toolie. Like, what the fuck? You be listening to him like, yo, shut the fuck up, man. But hey, they be stuck, man. You know?
Got some Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 19. Cursed shalt thou be when thou comest in, and cursed shalt thou be when thou goest out.
Man, we cursed, man. If you can't see that we ain't cursed, man, then you out of your goddamn mind, man. If this life to you is pleasant, then you out of your goddamn mind, man. You know, the Lord is going to give us the earth, man. He's going to give us the true essence of life, man. The true meaning of life, man, of living. None of these people are living, man. You literally got to work a 9 to 5 for the rest of your life until you die, man. That's how this system is, man. You born with a curse, you leave out with a curse, man. You know? No telling, you better hope that you live to a full, at least the age of 70. At least you can say you lived in the earth. Because you might be dead before you fucking 21. Nigga, cop pull your ass over and shoot you, man. Get rid of you, man. And these cops be on the edge, man. They be looking for Jake. Remember, I think one week we was talking about how the kid, the dude, the video I saw, he had his hand, both hands.
He was in the gas station, man. And he came up to him, and he telling him to go ahead and put the car in park so that he could reach in the car and have an excuse to kill him, man.
That's shit crazy, man. You know?
Hey, there's this show called The Shy, man, and the little kid, he was like, oh, this is what I'm gonna do, whatever, if I grow up, you know. And then they went back and thought it bugged out that he said, if I grow up, man, you know. But that's really how it is with Jake, man. You know, Esau don't limit nobody, man. Don't limit no Jake off limits, man. Everybody's on limits to get gunned down and killed, man. Esau's eyes.
Hey, these niggas, they don't see it that your child is either gonna be a homo, he's gonna be dead before he's 21, he's gonna be strung out here on some drugs, he's gonna be in jail. They don't see the people. Go ahead, man. Because I don't want to think. That shit make me mad, man. Now I'm talking about shit whole week, man. Oh, fucking week.
Psalms 58:3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies.
Esau speak lies, man. You can watch YouTube videos all day long. Look at Esau's children, man. You know, talking the way they do to their parents, man. He can't get his way. He telling his mom, F you, man. Get out my mother effing room. I'm talking to your moms, and this kid like 9 years old, man. You know? You check out these women. These Edomite women is quick to lie too, man. Oh, so many videos where I saw a video where this Edomite woman, she was upset that this black family was in the park cooking out. And so they was like, what is your issue? We not bothering nobody. They wasn't. But she didn't like the fact that they was there. So she called the police. So they confronting her. It's confrontation before the cops come, and she can't get the best of Jake because there's one woman that know how to switch up her talk like Esau, and was really throwing it back in her face, and she just was like, and then, oh, you hit me, oh, you hit me, oh, like oh my, and one person was filming it the whole time. Yeah. As soon as the cop come, he don't know the film, he coming at Jake, and this white, and then she starts tearing even, and literally on the camera somebody cut it and kept it. Nobody, she was just like, oh, you hit me, you hit me. Oh, what the fuck? But that's Esau for you,
That's
man.
Esau for you, man.
Fucking dope.
Hey, you had that story this week where apparently America blamed Iran for bombing the Japanese missile ship, man. And it was like two hours after the whole event happened. You know, so Esau's a fucking devil, man.
That
means he was there.
They had something to do with it. I had somebody with the CIA, some underground operatives or some shit go handle that dirty work for them, man. Fucking bastards.
Right, because at that time it was like it was supposed to be like some type of monumental meeting between Japanese and Iranians, man. So what a perfect time for Esau to do what he do, man. Because now Esau is trying to, make it seem like Iran is the biggest threat, man.
Hey, that's why the scriptures build us up. Yeah, more on that?
Verse 4, their poison is like the poison of a serpent. They are like the deaf adder that stoppeth her ear.
Yeah, and why this Edomite has poison like a serpent? Because you have snakes that have venom. And when they bite you, they're basically giving you a slow death. So Esau's philosophy, false philosophies, his knowledge, what he called his education, it's like poison. When it gets up in your system, you slowly die. That's why we read Micah 2:10. It is polluted, it shall lead you with a sword of destruction, man. Everything that this devil talk about is a goddamn lie, man. Even if he's telling the truth, he's lying. You know, that's how bad he lies, man. Yep. But hey, the Most High is revealing you devils in this time, man. And that's why you're being revealed, man. That we know who you are. You're Esau Edom, man. You know?
And to answer what you're saying, the characteristic of a serpent, it'll wrap itself around you until it got a good grip on you and then squeeze and kill you.
Damn.
So that's pretty much the American society up everything until they got them for that.
That's right. It's around you and break bones.
Right now, right before they setting up this RF martial law and everybody. We can see.
A little bit more, man, because snakes also, they're very hard to catch, man. Like, they get away very easily, man, and they're able to just go through little different cracks, man, so that they're not seen, man. Yeah. You know, and that's Esau, man. You know, he don't want to be seen as a damn devil, man.
That's why he shed their skin.
Yeah.
Bastards.
You know, it says, I got a precept. This is Ecclesiasticus, also known as Sirach, 12 and 10. It says, never trust thy enemy, for like as iron rust, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou had wiped the looking glass. And thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away. You know, and that's how the Most High gave us that spirit to see who you are, man. You know that, like you said?
The eyesight.
Yeah, man. We can see these devils for what they speak, man. Man, brothers got the power to read spirits, man. You can watch a video and see what spirit what person is coming in, man. Whether it's an Israelite, Edomite, a heathen, you can watch a video and say, hey, that nigga demon, man. That's a demon. He lying, you know.
Well, I got something to add to you, brother. This is Proverbs chapter 2, verse 11. It says, discretion shall preserve thee, understanding shall keep thee, to deliver thee from the way of the evil man, from the man that speaketh forward things.
Hey, that's that discretion, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta know, all discretion really deals with discernment. It deals with you being able to tell this situation and pick it apart from what's right about it, what's wrong about it, every different aspect that you could possibly think of within your mind, man. Or even just being discreet with things that you're doing as an individual and knowing how to manage yourself with certain things, man. You know, it's all about just perception and knowing how to carry on about certain things. Bring that one up.
It says Proverbs 2 and 11. Discretion shall preserve thee, understanding shall keep thee, to deliver thee from the way of the evil man, from the man that speaketh forward things.
That's just how the scriptures say to agree with our adversary quickly. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because that's showing discretion. We know that this is our enemy, but if we go about it like an asshole, we can get bopped upside the head, gunned down, anything. So you deal with him accordingly. That's the discretion, man. And then you might, you know what I'm saying, might just let you go, might not get a ticket or something, or whatever the case may be. That's discretion in a nutshell, man.
A simple Google definition of discretion: the quality of behaving or speaking in such a way as to avoid causing offense or revealing private information.
Exactly.
That was like remember Esau and Jacob, when Esau had gave Jacob had gave Esau the gift. He had brought him the gift or whatever. That was just, you know, because he knew he was off the head, man. So he had to, supplant him, man.
Yeah, that was wisdom. It's all about knowing how to maneuver. That's all it is, man. You got to deal with somebody like when you're just a family member or something. You know they don't fucking like you or something like that. And they throwing you a little shit, but I play the game, or you gonna be looked at as the bad guy. You know what I'm saying? You know, same shit.
This is Saint Matthew verse 2. Not that which is holy to the dogs, neither cast ye your pearls before swine, lest they trample them under their feet and turn again and rend you.
Hey, and that's perfect, because it's pretty much like, yo, if this person is a piece of shit, and I know that they're a piece of shit, why should I give my energy to this piece of shit? You know what I'm saying? Nah, if you jumping up, flying off the handle, you giving people your energy that don't fucking deserve it. All you doing at the end of the day is working yourself up.
Right.
That's why we got to deal with things in wisdom, to know how to maneuver, because you're trying to preserve yourself. Fuck them. You know, worry about yourself, how you carry yourself, man. A lot of people don't know how to do that shit, man. This shit is easy once you really want to apply it. It gets easier, man.
I got some. It's Proverbs chapter 26, verses 24. It says, "He that hateth dissembleth with his lips, and layeth up deceit within him." Hey, that's a so-called white man, all right? He hates you, and dissemble, man, to disassemble something, man, you breaking it down. So the so-called white man is breaking our people down, all right, with his lips, man. Okay, making it seem like he's for you, like he's gonna support you. You know, what about Joe Biden, man? You know, I believe he was one on the Breakfast Club. Charlamagne asked him, why does he think he lost? No, it wasn't Joe Biden. It was
Bernie Sanders.
Yeah, Bernie Sanders, man. And he said the reason why he lost because he had more Edomites within his circle, man. So now he's saying, oh, we're gonna get more colored people and
we're gonna focus more on the African American and the minority vote and all of that shit. So now all you saying is, what are your intentions for black people, or what's your agenda, or do you believe blacks should get reparations? Like, well, we're gonna put together a plan that helps all people. And you know what the spirit is? Because I always mention them, Dr. Claude Anderson, and this dude is bad. And right before Bernie Sanders went up there, he said, now you watch, because he was talking to Dr. Boyce Walker, he said, now you watch it. When they go up there and they mention anything about black issues or dealing with the black community, he said, watch how they're going to try to broaden everything. They're going to take it off of black people and broaden it and put it to everybody. That's that supplanting, that's that slippery serpent tongue, man. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Hey, even down to your average six-pack Joe who says he has black friends, man. You know, just to get Jake off of his back. But in reality, he fucking hates you, man. I like rap music, But it says, verse 25, when he speaketh fair, believe him not. But there are 7 abominations in his heart. It says, whose hatred is covered by deceit. His wickedness shall be shown before the whole congregation.
That's Esau. His hatred. Read that again.
It says, when he speaketh fair, believe him not.
Yeah, when he speaketh fair, believe him not. Don't believe what these devils are talking about on this fluff. Anytime these devils keep talking about, you gotta think about whatever he's saying is the complete opposite, man.
Right.
You gotta look through this devil, man. You gotta look inside of it, man. Right?
For there are 7 abominations in his heart, whose hatred is covered by deceit.
His hatred is covered by lies, man. His hatred is covered. That's why these niggas out here don't think that the so-called white man their enemy, man. Because he's saying vaccines, it's gonna give your child good health. his heads thereof find out that he's actually giving information or helping Jake to fight against this system, they're gonna get rid of that doctor. He's gonna have to go take his practice somewhere out of America, man. You know.
That's what happened with it's a female doctor. What the fuck is her name? Well, basically what happened was, right? She was a doctor. She didn't really get kicked out of America just for being a doctor, but she started getting into the pharmaceutical company's money or whatever because she was letting it be known to a lot of patients like what was happening and stuff like that. Her name now, Dr. Jennifer Daniels and shit. Now she's down there in South America and shit. But she wasn't dealing with the insurance companies and stuff like that. So a lot of the insurance companies, they was trying to get at her. Then eventually she got black. Then like a heist came down with a bank, you know, that the inside people had in on it. And then, you know, then from there they put her on like the terrorist list and shit. To you, because she studied the medical field, been in it for so long, she tells you what they do with the vaccines, what things that they do to get around just to get your money, ways that you know what I'm saying, and she can't get no money in the U.S.
They just came out.
They don't know what they do.
Training, yeah. Well, going back to, you know, how you gotta supplant these assholes, you know, you can't give them that energy. Proverbs 15:1.
You gotta be wise, man. The Lord gave us the knowledge, He gave us the understanding, and now you gotta apply the wisdom, man. You gotta be wise when it comes to these devils or any of our enemies, man. You know, Esau come up here, we ain't. Hey, he do tactics, try to get you to. No.
One more verse. The tongue of the wise useth knowledge, all right, but the mouth of fools poureth out foolishness.
And that's true. That's so true, man. Because when you lack knowledge, you be quick to listen, man. I don't want to tell no story, but when you lack knowledge, you're quick to be physical. But if you retain knowledge, you're slow to anger. Because you hold something greater. And the Most High have gave us the greatest word on the planet, man. And that's His word, man. You know, I know homeboys in the world, and I ain't gonna say his name, but he lacks so much knowledge, he's so ignorant, that only thing he can say is, I'll beat your ass though, because he can fight. You know, he's like a UFC type fighter, and wherever he's wrong in, and you'll say he's wrong, his comeback is, but I'll beat your ass. What's up, you don't want to see me there? And it's like, damn, I gotta fight you. I'm talking about this. You know what I'm saying? But that shows you the ignorance, man.
Penn
Down
Station?
there, straight down.
Straight down.
Yeah. All right.
That's just what Esau wants for you to get carnal, because then he has an excuse to kill you. You know?
Hey, real quick, if somebody grab Romans. No, the Proverbs 25. Proverbs 1 is James too. You know that one.
Proverbs chapter 25, verse 21. If thine enemy be hungry, give him bread to eat. And if he be thirsty, give him water to drink. But thou shalt heap coals of fire upon his head, and the Lord shall reward thee.
Right, so all that pretty much boils down to, you still got that precept that you got? Bring that one back real quick too.
Verse 2. The tongue of the wise useth knowledge aright, but the mouth of fools poureth out foolishness. That one. Then it goes on. Verse 4. The tongue is a tree of life, but is a breach in the spirit.
Yeah, bring that back one time.
So Proverbs chapter 25, verse 21. If thine enemy be hungry, give him bread to eat. And if he be thirsty, give him water to drink. For thou shalt heap coals of fire upon his head, and the Lord shall reward thee.
Right? Because now, like, say for instance, right, you're in it, and I've been in situations, you know what I'm saying, like in a world where, you know, you face to face with your enemy, not like y'all literally about to square up, but y'all in the same vicinity, and it's clearly understood that I don't fuck with you, you don't fuck with me type of shit. And your enemy is standing there, and he's looking for a reason to do some shit to you. But you don't give him that energy, you know what I'm saying, to set him off. Why? Because you playing a long game. In situations where it seems like there's no way out, kill a person with kindness. That's the best thing you can do, man. The best thing. Because at the end of the day, now say this, you in a crowd full of people, and this person acting like an asshole, right? You know how to manage, going back into discretion. You know how to manage yourself. You speaking it rightly. Who people gonna look at is in the wrong? The other person, they're like, yo, why you fucking with this person? They being nice, they being, and it's not that you trying to you know, fool people. You being who you are, but at the same time, you know how to play the shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's what it's all about at the end of the day. And the Lord, what? The Lord's gonna reward you in the end, man, because of how you played it. You know what I'm saying? Anybody can jump off of the handle. That's all Jake do. That's all Jake know. That's too easy. It's harder to do what's right, man. We were just talking about that a little earlier. It's harder to do what's right. So strive for that, man. The Lord tells us to strive for perfections. We can all still be here in the truth and still act like niggas. A brother could offend you. Don't come on, man. Right? Exactly. If somebody giving you that grievous energy, you give it right back. You damn right it's gonna turn into World War III on sight. You know what I'm saying? On sight. So why do that? Why do that shit? Now, if it's a scenario where you're gonna actually be forced to defend yourself, you still play it right. But you don't immediately like, because they looking for it. So you look for your opportunity and you play it smart and you do what you do so that you have the advantage. Don't give them the advantage. You know what I'm saying? Because you're going to get into certain situations where you might have to get physical. The Lord ain't saying we can't get physical, we can't brawl, but be wise about it. Don't be the nigga starting off the shit, you know what I'm saying? Just defend yourself, that's all, man. Defend yourself.
Jacob means supply.
Exactly. So use that. We have a gift, man. That's too.
You know, it say be harmless as dove, wise as serpent. Another one, be peaceful with all men. And right now, we're in a time living like Yahawashi. Yahawashi was in his sinful flesh. He was just like us, except that he was perfect in the law. All right, and he had power. But Yahawashi, he used his ability to practice the lamb, and that's what we got to do. But what it is that Satan has that he's the tempter, and what he does, he allows that pride in you. All right, with certain men that don't check their pride, he allows that pride in you to lash out. You know, it's this thing that goes around with niggas. Well, you know, when you was in school, these young kids like that. It's like, you're not gonna chump me. You can't take the low road. You know, so it's all about taking the low roll and being humiliated because we got the devil, man.
That's beautiful words of wisdom, man. The brother's bringing out because, you know, how we, you know, in our walk, especially in the workplace, man. You know, we try to be peaceable above all with all men, but there's certain people, man, where the spirit ain't seen eye to eye, man. There's certain people ain't seen eye to eye, man. We know that, you know. And like I said, we have to have that discerning of spirits, man. And we already know, man. Satan working with that dude, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta take heed.
And right now is the time to actually practice that because, you know, Revelations 12 and 12, he coming down having great wrath because he knoweth that he have a short time. We know that you Edomites, the only thing you can do next is to get violent, man. Right. To come down here and provoke some violence, to make us act out, you know, to make us come against our power, you know, so therefore you can accuse us of being carnal, you know.
They the prime example of having discretion. They smart devils.
Exactly.
Smart.
They're wiser than the children of light.
Exactly. Exactly. They're the prime example of it. Because they do all of this dirt in the background, but yet make us look like the niggas, man. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like we control the environments and stuff like that when majority of our people just living off of what they're subjected to. projects, buildings. It's a project. Cram these niggas in there. See how they gonna act like lab rats. Put a liquor store in every corner. Get them fucked up and drugged up. Put Psalms 119 and 95. The wicked had way for me to destroy me. Dump crack in the hood. Dump cocaine. Dump dope. Get these niggas AR-15s. Get these niggas in Chicago rocket launcher. A lot of motherfuckers get a rocket launcher. Come on, man.
Proverbs chapter 21, verse 23. Whoso keepeth his mouth and his tongue, keepeth his soul from trouble. So it's a shit back, man. You know how to control your mouth, you get yourself out of a lot of situations, man. Niggas say something, man. Hey, you just be wise about it, man. Try and snap back. Now somebody gets shot and all different kind of shit, man. And another thing, once the women get involved too, it gets even worse, man. The woman can make everything 10 times, man. Niggas gotta show up. But you can keep your mouth, man. You'll keep your souls from troubles, man. That's why a lot of these niggas be having different trouble, man. Gotta watch their back when they go out. They say, I'd rather be caught with it than caught without it. Why? Because they can't keep their fucking mouth shut, man. And which brings troubles onto their damn soul, man.
Hey, that's the prime example why these niggas get gunned down by police. You give them your energy to kill them. Right. Yeah.
Proverbs 10:14. Wise men lay up knowledge, but the mouth of the foolish is near destruction.
Right. And all of us at one point growing up, there was one person in your posse and your little clique that got the mouth on them. And when we got caught up in something, it's like, yo, chill. Don't say nothing. They just can't help themselves. And they all got in trouble. Like, that person, man.
Show with what's the fat nigga name that just got the Bugatti and it got crashed in New York? Can't think of his name right now. Yeah. Tracy Morgan. Yeah, Tracy Morgan. He got to show the last OG and shit. And in that show, in one of the latest episodes, they show where pretty much they just set up their food truck at this event. Now, they just won, the award for like the best food at the little event. It was going to get shouted out on the radio and all that shit. But since, these Edomites, they was taking over the area where they wanted to like permanently set up at, they had a problem and got into an altercation with them. And then one of the younger dudes or whatever that was with Tracy Morgan, and he go up them, they set it up like do the right thing. The episode is like, it's just like do the right thing and shit. They show the red brick wall, you know what I'm saying, with the old head sitting in the back and all of that shit. They had the whole scenery like that. And then old boy just wild out. Then he takes the food truck and backs it up into their truck site. Then the Edomite come out, you know what I'm saying, with a damn club and start beating their truck. Then some shit combusted, the truck blew up. Then they got one of the jakes and shit and got him by the neck. You know what I mean, choking him out just like Radio Raheem. They went out just like do the right thing, man. So you see, just like that, a nigga being unruly, not knowing how to control himself, you fuck up everything. Now he fucked up his whole business that he just started and all of that shit, man. You know what I'm saying?
And that's how a lot of these rappers get into it, man, with their entourage. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of that pride and everything else and that showboat, so it'd be like, something will go down, and then all of a sudden they say, oh, Drake is being charged with something such that he didn't really have nothing to do with it, though. Yeah. Somebody in his entourage, you know what I'm saying, had something to do with it, you know what I'm saying? And it was, going back and forth like that, but that's how it is with Jake, man, in this whole rap game, man. Same thing, man.
I got a precept real quick. Somebody can jump in if they want to. It's James 3 and 5, it says, so the tongue is a little member and boasteth great things. Behold, how great a matter a little fire kindleth. And the tongue is a fire, a world of iniquity. So is the tongue among our members, that it defileth the whole body, and setteth the fire the course of nature, and it is set on fire of hell. For every kind of beast, and of birds, and of serpents, and of things in the sea is tamed, and have been tamed of mankind. But the tongue can no man tame. It is an unruly evil, full of deadly poison, man.
Hey, that's what Yahawashi said, man. Yahawashi said, it's not what you put into your mouth what defiles the body, what comes out of it. You know what I'm saying? And that's beautiful right there. You know what I'm saying? And it's that's what Yahawashi said.
Because what comes out of you shows what's really internal in your spirit. You know what I'm saying? So that shows whether you're a righteous man or whether you're a perverse spirit, man. You know what I'm saying?
BaHaSham, real quick though, but the scriptures is what brings that out, because like I said, when we go back and forth with somebody like a scoffer, we gotta hit the scriptures, man, because the scriptures reveal the intents of his heart, man.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like that two-edged sword, man.
Exactly.
So all we gotta do is stay spiritual, man. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna come out of this skin, man.
Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah, this is Proverbs chapter 13, verse 3. He that keepeth his mouth keepeth his life, but he that openeth wide his lips shall have destruction.
That's Jake Olden.
God, man. A lot of Jake, man, open up their damn mouth to set them up for destruction. But if you can just keep your mouth, you'll keep your life, man. You know, this America is the valley of the shadow of death, man. You can get put to death that fucking quick because of your mouth, man.
Samuel L. Jackson and shit, and he played with all of the greats and shit like that, and break it down to a son, young fresh. Like, yeah, I played against Bobby Fish, I played against this person. Like, sometimes I even won, but most times I lost. But he was like, but put that clock on their ass, chew their ass up. It's like Bobby Fish, some say he's the greatest ever. It's like, but put the clock on his ass, I'll chew his ass up. So when we conversing with people, they can talk all that shit all they want to out of their own heart, but when we come with the scriptures, we chew their ass up. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I got one. Hey, this is Proverbs chapter 18 and 19. It says, a brother offended is harder to be won than a strong city, and their contentions are like the bars of the castle. A man's belly shall be satisfied with the fruit of his mouth, and with the increase of his lips shall he be filled. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. You know? So you can either speak a life or you could, speak a death upon yourself, man. It's crazy.
That guy's wait, this is Proverbs chapter 26, verse 3. A whip for the horse, a bridle for the ass, and a rod for a fool's back. Answer not a fool according to his folly, lest thou be unlike unto him. You know, and that's just going into you stepping into that, giving him that energy. You stepping into that arena. You bring yourself down to that level where he's at, man. You know,
and that's what trolls. That's a troll. A troll is engaging you to make mention of him or to acknowledge him so he can bring you down.
and just like Yahawashi said, I'm from above, you are from beneath. I am from this world, you are from this world, I'm not from this world. Right. But again, staying spiritual, man, and not speaking down to that level, man. Man. With this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man, we should be running circles around it, man. You know, we see it coming, man. You know, we see how the mentality is of them. We know how to deal with certain people that in comings and goings in our everyday life. We know how to deal with them, man. You know, that's from the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that's put it forth upon us.
Got a precept. And wisdom, which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist.
Yeah, this is us being in this, being on the powers and volleys, man. For an example, we don't know what we're gonna probably say. We just read the scripture and the Lord brings it out of us, man. Like the word educate means to bring out. The Most High gives us the spirit to speak. We're not coming in our name. We're not making these things up for what we're talking about. This is not even our word. It's the Most High's word. He wants us to be the messenger to give you the vibration. We want to give you the message, man.
One scripture can go like 1,000 different ways, man. So that one scripture can hit this avenue, hit that avenue. Or, maybe a person might come with another avenue, but that scripture already hit, you know what I'm saying? So it already blocked whatever you want, whatever you're trying to, whatever avenue you're trying to come in.
Ezekiel 3:8. Behold, I have made thy face strong against their faces, and thy forehead strong against their foreheads. As an adamant harder than flint have I made thy forehead. Fear them not, neither be dismayed at their looks, though they be a rebellious house.
And that's talking about you Israelites, man. You niggas, man. These Hispanics, all right, that talk shit, man. All right, all of these tribes, man. Our people are stiff-necked and hard-headed, man. So the Lord told us, don't get dismayed by your looks. People give us the hard looks all day. Yeah, they think they can chump us or make us feel some type of way, feel good because of their looks, man. But said our face hard against them. We're gonna point the finger, all right? We're gonna talk about the treachery.
straight to the gates of the Oaks, man. And even with them, even they ain't fucking nothing to worry about, man. These brothers gonna be receiving spiritual powers. Like the scripture say, when the flood shall come in, standard gonna be lifted up against him, man. So you niggas is that small, man. Right? When Esau run down on your ass, you ain't gonna have no hedge to protect you in that day. You know, your asses is gonna be goners. So what the hell we look like, you know, being affected by how you looking at us, man. This is real quick. Psalm chapter 141, verse 3 says, set a watch, O Lord, before my mouth. Keep the door of my lips. See, so you got to look at it as if you got a damn a watchman about your lips, man. Watching what you about to say. Watching what's about to come out your lips, man. You know, because like the scriptures say, life can bring forth, the tongue can bring forth life and death, man. So you want to watching everything that you say, man.
And another thing too, you know, we see the Lord, you know, have our face hard against their face. That's all done for the Most High's purpose, man. You know, like this brother was saying, you know, it gets around the corner. It gets around the block back to the starting point. There's no way you can get away from it. And it's about edification. That's being done. And the drama about it is being done for edification. So I got a quick precept. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 14:3. But he that prophesieth speaketh unto men to edification and exhortation and comfort. Because it's all about the elect, man. The hell the damn wicked get mad. People supposed to be mad, man. We come out here to make you happy. They come out here to tell you the transgressions. You gonna be pissed the fuck off. You gonna tell us what the hell we know about God or what we know about telling you something. First thing they say, God, you can't judge. You know? No man can judge but God. Oh, continue to read that scripture. And it'll tell you why we can judge, man.
You know? Scripture says he that is walking in food harder than the next. You know? We out here, you know, recruiting our people, man. Let it hard their neck, man. Fuck that. It's hard to really, in the flesh, it's hard to humble yourself, man, to really think, okay, yeah, I am. You know, we can be wrong, man. You know, it's hard to really, humble yourself. You know, that's why Yahawashi, man, he's the man, man.
Yeah, remember that Dark Phoenix, how hard it was for him just to fucking admit he was wrong, man?
Huh?
And Dark Phoenix, how hard it was to admit that he was fucking wrong?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Niggas is hard for niggas, man.
Yeah. Hey, real quick, this is 2 Corinthians 13:10. It says, therefore I write these things, being absent, least being present, I should use sharpness according to the power which the Lord hath given me to edification and not to destruction, man. This is 2 Corinthians 10:8. It says, for though I should boast somewhat more of our authority, now this is Apostle Paul, all right, it says, which the Lord hath given us for edification and not for your destruction, I should not be ashamed. You know, so it's all about being edified, man. You know, most of these 2/3 of our people that look at it, look at this thing of ours, they look at it for entertainment, man. You know, that's why certain camps get a certain more views, but this and that, because when you got these different camps, man. You got I forgot the name of the group, but y'all brothers saw this group. I think they wear black and purple, and they went to a certain feast, party type, because they knew it was being bottom. And I'll go there when you know you going. That's like us going into a club and prophesizing. Like, why would we go where the wicked is at to tell them to repent when they in the midst of their party? You see what I'm saying? That's what them guys did. They wanted them views. So they got them hits because that's entertainment, you know?
Yeah. And that whole video was that damn circus, man. It was a damn circus, man. Because they were talking over the scriptures. They had no respect for the scriptures. They was not going to turn back. You know what I'm saying? That was the wrong place for them to be, man. You know, but like the brother said, man, it's all the news, man. You know?
Oh, it's on. It's on.
It's on?
Oh, it went out.
Yeah. I've been blocking something for the most part in my head. I'm trying to keep the rays off.
Come on, man, cause hey, look, man, so-called white man. Okay, he only has a short time to rule, man.
It's hot. Yeah, just put the umbrella.
All right, so start at 7. All right, so he's gonna come down on you, so-called Negro. Okay, harder than he already has been, man. All right, he's gonna come upon you, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Natives, man. The time of Jacob's trouble, all right, which is prophesied in the scriptures, will come to pass, man. in your lifetime, man. And as the scriptures say, horrible is the end of the unrighteous generation. All right? And within the word horrible, you got the word horror. And horror is actually a genre of movies. But what happens in horror movies, man? A bunch of death, a bunch of bloodshed, a bunch of jumping and stuff like that, man. You know? So that's the times that are actually coming within your lives, man. Now, it's not to say that you automatically screwed, man. You know? It's a way, scripture say, the Lord maketh the way to escape. All right? So, what we doing right now is making a way to escape, man. All right? Through spreading power, BaHaSham. You know? So that's why, you know, you want to come out here, all right, in the highways and byways, man, as the Lord have commanded you, and prophesy unto his people, man. Warn his people of what's to come. All right? To cover your own eyes and to do what the Lord says, man. So, all right,
2 Ezra 16 and 70. For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon them, those that fear the Lord.
right, man. All right, that's you Israelites, man. It's going to be a great insurrection in all the cities, man. You better watch your Bushwick. You better watch your Purge. All right, the last one that they made. Okay? Because great war is coming to all of these cities, man. Right? Because it's the end of the Esau rulership, man. Right? And then we're going to come into power and rule for all eternity, man.
Hey, because, man, I was thinking about this scripture earlier, and in the spirit, I believe that there's going to be different forms of action guys in these different cities, man. Guess what they're going to blame, man? They're going to blame those Israelites that was camping in those different cities, man. You know, they already see the signs, but of course they probably show this sign, not that sign, or that sign, and not, you know what I'm saying, certain signs, man. The elder, I know brothers probably seen it, the elder Malcolm did a video of how Esau, he has the technology to splice your words together, man.
Right.
Splice words together, man.
Put that in the chat, yeah.
Yeah, he got the technology too. Here it is. They can pretty much it's like this same thing they do with the animation, man. The animation technology. They wear all the different motion sensors, and then they can attach any face to it that they want, man. You know, to go with voice. Brother saying to paint any scenario that they want, man.
Right.
You know.
The elder Malcolm used the example of the Running Man. But one thing, there was a fight between Arnold Schwarzenegger and Jesse Ventura, and they copied and pasted the whole model and the whole fight scene pretty much out from scratch, man. And that was in a movie from a long time ago, man. Imagine what they could do now.
They shall be like madmen, sparing none.
Can you read that again?
They shall be like madmen, sparing none.
All right. So they're gonna be like madmen. Okay. I want to look it up, man. You know? Definition of being mad.
Yeah, why you getting that? You know, basically, he's going to use that technology and he's going to broadcast it through his media, man, which is the so-called branch of the military, man. Because media is very powerful, man. Right. Esau's going to use that to its full extent, man. You know, push that narrative. You know, just like he had the whole narrative with saying that Iran put the bomb, the landmine. Why would they try to remove a landmine? It doesn't even make sense, man. But just so happens the camera be there, seeing the boat at the oil tanker. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It doesn't make sense. But they're gonna push the narrative though when they have to do so.
You heard that guy, he even told on himself because he was saying that the Iranians, they were the only ones in that area that had that type of technology.
Right.
But the Iranians were saying that other than, you know, them of course, you had the American warships in that same area, man.
Right. And they said that it was a flying object, man, that hit it, man. It wasn't no mine. Why would they try to move a mine from the side of a ship? It doesn't make sense. You know? It doesn't make sense though. But those guys that are set up around Trump, man, those are warmongers, man. And the Lord is stirring their spirit up, man, for them to go to war, man. You know?
Oh, also too, this week I saw a brother, brother put up on the page, how RT covered, there was protesters worldwide. Your brother saw that? It was like happening within every day, from like the week prior, like I guess from that Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, there were actually protesters in different countries. And he was saying he put them all together. He was counting them down. He was like, this is this day. This was that day. And I was like, damn, that's the scriptures, man. You know, we in that time, man. We're in that season, man. The Lord is stirring up the pot, man. He's stirring up that tension, man. You know?
Rawchaa real quick.
Jeremiah 30:7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it.
Right, man. And the one that's going to be saved out of it is the elect, man. You know, the time of Jacob's trouble is approaching, man. You know, and Esau, he ain't, man. Hey, remember we saw back, Shakur was talking about how they was hiring for to work in these facilities. And those facilities, I think they mentioned about that before. Or was it you or somebody else? But yeah, there was an ad, I think that went on Craigslist. There was an ad, advertising they needed workers for certain facilities, military facilities. Like anybody couldn't join, so it was like they wanted you to train, you know, be a guard, you know, and that's places, man. You know, the detaining places, man. You know, that was a while ago.
And I got that scripture for you since you mentioned it. 2nd Ezra chapter 9, verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning.
Even from the beginning, man. You know, uproars in the world, man. That's what just happened this past week, man. These are signs. You got the eclipse. You got sightings of the chariots. You got all types of signs, man. And the Lord spoke about the end from the beginning. So how can we prophesize and tell you the end? Because it was written from the very beginning. That's how we can tell you that is the end of the world. The end of Esau's world, man. And the beginning is Jacob, man. All right? That's how we able to do that.
Hey, and two, you always get a sense for the end of something, you know? Like when you're watching a movie, you know what I'm saying? You know, in the middle of the movie, they consider what, like the climax or whatever. Then towards the end of the movie, sometimes you don't even gotta know lyrics in them, but you get the feel of the movie. And you can know, like, okay, yeah, this shit about to hit. So it's the same thing. We in the movie. Yeah. It's the scriptures. You can't get the feel. I was saying, last Mike, give me that Luke, was it 12 and around like 54, something like that? You should be able to tell by the feel of things. How being sick said, I can feel it in the air. You know what I'm saying? You should be able to tell, man.
Animals can feel it. You know,
exactly.
Animals
can danger.
They can sense it. They can feel it. If I see a dog just haul ass for no reason, something going on.
Exactly. Exactly.
That was a warning sign from the Lord.
Even right now, the way the wind just picked up, it feels like it might rain.
Yeah.
The way the wind just picked up, the way the sky is darkened, you can tell it might rain.
If you watch, also too, if you're wise enough, you can watch the birds. If the birds acting different, you tell something is going on. Storm is coming.
Yeah, when the bird is circling, they can tell something about to die somewhere, man.
Wind blow, ye say there will be heat, and it cometh to pass. Ye hypocrites, ye can discern the face of the sky and of the earth, but how is it that ye do not discern this time?
Exactly. You can tell, it's about to rain. How you can't tell? You at the end of the fucking movie, man. Right. Come on, man. How you can't see the things that's going on? Because why? You watching you can't get a feel for what's going on around you, and that's bad, man. You should always be able to get a feel for your environment and what's going on around you. And our whole environment is the whole earth, man. That's how you're supposed to look at it, man. Not just your immediate where you live at, man. You know what I'm saying?
Going into the brother saying how you could even feel it in the air. There was a windstorm in Japan that toppled the 40-ton statue of that goddess, Shiva, some shit like that. So that's the Most High sending them signs, because that's the Lord of compassion, goddess of mercy. So showing that there is no mercy. A whole 40-ton shit. Broke that shit down.
2nd Ezra 9 verse 6. Even so the times also the highest have plain beginnings and wonders and powerful works and endings and effects and signs.
Sign right there.
And it said wonders, because you should be wondering. Yeah, are we in the end? It feels like it. You know?
Hey, just like how the Lord said in Deuteronomy 28, and these curses shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder. You know what I'm saying? For a sign, meaning what? A token. The things that we should be going through, and a wonder, like I wonder why we keep going through this shit. I wonder why we can't get our conditions. Why is it that the blacks, the Hispanics, the Native Americans, they the only ones at the complete bottom like that? You know what I'm saying?
You wonder every time you see the Lord's sign, but you go, okay, why is the angels, why are the chariots flying lower? Why are they showing themselves more? You know, why they do that marvelous work, beautiful type of lightning in the sky? I wonder what that means. You know, you're supposed to want it.
You know, so you got a brain for it, man. Use it.
They don't even know the time is getting shorter for them, man. For Jacob's trouble, they don't Esau. Well, you got these Edomites that live in the suburbs, living their good old life. You know, got their business companies, got their children growing up. You know, not seeing destruction, eating the finance. These international bankers, man. You should be mad with the Rawchas, man.